Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 1 2. Welcome to House Culture Conversations, and we are doing our thing tonight. And as I mentioned last time, we are now on Twitch, so you can catch us on Twitch on Groove Sessions channel, twitch.tv/DJ DLott. Also out there on YouTube right now and Facebook Live. DJ Dewey B, what's happening?
Hey, DJ DLott, good to see you, brother.
Hey, good to see you. How'd your week go?
Not too bad, man. We got some bad weather up here, but we're making it on through. We're almost out of February.
Hey, wait a minute. Last week was bad weather. What's going on up there?
February, Chicago.
February,
Welcome.
right.
Welcome.
That's it. And then hopefully the snow and things settle down and still be a little brisk in March, but get things going. But we got a great conversation lined up today, DJ Dewey B. We, pride ourselves on trying to bring some different flavors, right?
Yes.
Because this music is touching so many different people and the different genres. And today, I'm just excited to be able to sit down with our guest, Nova, aka Blak Gurl Gamr, who has had just a wonderful evolution in her stream. And I had a chance to connect with her a couple times and asked her to be on the show. And she was gracious enough to say, hey, yeah, I'd love to talk about house music and the culture. So without further ado, what do you think we get on here?
Let's get her on.
Hey, say hello to Nova, aka Blak Gurl Gamr. What's happening?
Hey, Nova.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so much.
Yes. Thanks for having me. Hold on. I'm on the Discord now. You can go for it. I'm listening now.
You bet. So before we get started, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? Where you grew up? And how is music such a big part of your life?
Oh, well, I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Born and raised in Norfolk. As long as I can remember, just been into the arts and everything in general. Went to art school, like a governor's school out here when I was in high school. I went to a normal high school, and then every day I would go to ODU or Norfolk State, depending what day it was, and do arts and stuff like that. And while I was there, I ran into some MCs, saw some people like freestyling and stuff, and I had never seen that before. I loved hip hop already, but I didn't realize what it was for real. I didn't know it was gonna be like that or whatever. So I was probably about 14, and seeing these people freestyling and everything, and I was like, I think I might be all right at that. And I always been good with words, so tried it out. I got good at it real fast, and joined the hip hop community from there. Since 15, I've been doing that. So music has been a part of my life in that way. In addition to just having really musical parents, in the way of like singing and stuff. Particularly my mother, really sing, and I just grew up watching her and my dad. Harmonizing. Sometimes we would harmonize around the house or whatever to Natalie Cole or whatever come on, and my mom would be like, okay, you take the high note, or whatever, and I'll come in and bring the little harmony or whatever. And they were on vinyl though, like the church had them on vinyl, like the music was hot, and my mom would be singing those solos and stuff, kind of tearing the church up on some of them Sundays, and they did all right. So that being the case, I knew from a young age that you didn't even really have to be famous to be like on vinyl or something like that. And, just grew up listening to their records, and, I'm the only child. So I just kind of, I guess, deeper into music and gaming as a result. Music was my friend, and I don't know. It's interesting because I was sitting, I would game, and then I would be playing Angela Bofield or something, I'm sitting there playing Metroid or something, playing like a gamer game, and Angela Bofield in my headphones or whatever, and just now going forward, that's kind of how I got where I am.
So now, how did you pivot into house, coming from hip hop and soul and R&B?
I'll condense this as much as I can. Long story short, my husband, who's sitting right here, Culture Chronicles, everybody knows him. Well, we're Fats and No. We're a whole rhyme group and everything. We're from the Zulu Nation. So like we were Zulu Nation chapter 30 for 12 years. The headquarters was here at the house. So what would happen is, and I was head Malika of the chapter, and he was the chapter leader for some years and stuff like that, as well as a dude named Gorilla Will or whatever. Long story short, Gorilla Will met who y'all know as Floyd Vader. He met him wherever he met him, brought him into the chapter. Meanwhile, my husband already was into dancing and stuff like that. House, he didn't really call it house dancing. He was just into what we now know is called like the Buddha stretch style, and it has to do with the whole history of certain people who do house moves and blah blah blah. Long story short, he was into dancing and stuff like that. So our chapter, even though Zulu Nation is a hip hop organization, our chapter was heavy into dance of all kinds, especially b-boying, but also house dancing and stuff like that. So we would go up to Soul Society and just do different things or whatever each year, and just always was into to house as well as other musics all throughout that experience, not knowing that Floyd Vader was gonna end up like just making music. Like we didn't even know he made music. He just started doing that a few years ago, like out of nowhere, and kind of surprised us all with that or whatever. And I don't know, it's complicated because I was trying to get away from music, and that's how I got back in, I guess, making music even more through house music, because I was disenchanted with hip hop. I was making music with some people who are actually famous in hip hop, and we're supposed to come out with certain projects. They kept like, jerking us around, and then, never came out with the projects. And we're running a record label and this, that, and the third. Hip hop was getting on my nerves. The music can be a little negative sometimes, as much as I love it. Could be a little negative on some vibration tip. So I was just tired of it. And I was trying to rebrand myself and do something else. I was already teaching on Facebook anyway, on some streaming stuff, as well as him teaching about hip hop and stuff like that. And I'll be teaching about channel building and stuff over there on Facebook and stuff like that. When I got over here, I knew I was going to be a variety streamer, but I just thought that Twitch was only like for gamers. And so when I got over here, but I am a gamer and I'm funny. So I was like, I think I can do, you know what I mean? I think I could, if I really stuck to this, I could do this, and it not be, and just, I'm like, I got more talent than just hip hop. Let me do something else. So I taught right from the beginning and I gamed. But long story short, with that, we were going to teach our children how to DJ. And so our friend gave us this controller, this just whatever controller, and showed me how to use it. And that's where it started. Because meanwhile, I'm playing Floyd Vader's music under my gaming. Like I'm gaming and like having him playing underneath, like from like SoundCloud or whatever. And I'm like, y'all check out Floyd Vader, blah, blah, blah. So we just happened to kind of get on Twitch. He got on Twitch a little bit before me because Facebook kept cutting him off when he was trying to DJ up there. So he came on Twitch like a lot of people during the pandemic. And with me, it was the gaming. And I started Air Blue Moon. I would DJ up here, and all the gamers would be like, when are you going to DJ again? When are you going to DJ again? Meanwhile, I'm a whole musician. I've made house music before. I made like a little bit of house music in the past. I got tons of hip hop music. I mean, like hours and hours of hip hop music. So that's whatever. But like, I don't know. The music it just called me. I couldn't resist it. You know what I'm saying? So if my gamers kept telling me, like, when you going to DJ again? I'm like, why would I just keep gaming all the time when I see how quickly? And then when I would DJ, I would get on the hype trains, and you know what I mean? Like way more followers when you do it, because it's music. Not every musician likes games, but definitely every gamer likes music. So everybody likes music. So I was like,
natural progression.
Yeah.
DJ Dewey B. Nova talked about, the being disenchanted with hip hop and really the business aspects of things and people not acting right. I mean, you've seen that in your day. What are your thoughts?
Music will destroy almost anything that you have going if you let it. You gotta just block that stuff out and just do what you love. Do it for yourself. Be authentic, and it'll come, man. You just gotta keep doing whatever you're gonna try to do, and your success will come if you just hang in there and just keep hammering at it.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Well, it did. I started doing house music once I got over here, and I started meeting all these DJs, and I saw what Twitch could do networking wise, as far as just having run a whole record label and everything. I was like, wow, like we were willing to pay money to get listed DJs that we can send the music of our artists out to. And then here I am on Twitch, and you meet every DJ you could possibly want to meet. And a lot of you guys are notable people in your city or in your town. Everybody kind of knows you there because you've already done it. But then here comes Twitch to put you on a national stage. And so now we're all meeting each other. It's like a big networking party full of people who are just trying to, who are creative like you and trying to get it. So, I mean, like now I got music on Yoruba records. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in a matter of 2 years, like what took me 20 years to do in hip hop, and still you'll put music out and a person will go. And I mean, I'm not no slouch. Like I'm not trying to brag, but like I can really rhyme. Like I can really rhyme. And I know it because I've been told it from so many different people who people consider to be the people. I have good taste. I know what some good shit stuff sounds like. And it's dope. Like I've been compared to who I rhyme like, I don't know, Black Thought, Lauren, Redman, Wu, Common, Mos Def, that kind of those people. That's how we rhyme out here. And it's not a game. And then just to have hip hop just switch like almost overnight in a way, and like what was once a thing like became something else, and then people kind of started just being, I'm tired of dissing hip hop. I ain't over front. That being said, I got over here and you play your music and people go like, if I have a house song and I play it and a person will go, what's that? And you're like, that's me or whatever. They be like, where can I get it? And then they just go get it and then they play it. In hip hop, it's never that simple. Everybody got a rap song. Not just you. Everybody rap, not just you. So it's like you tell your friends you got a song, and like I said, they'll put some fire emojis under the little post on Instagram or whatever, but they ain't really lining up to go get the song, even though it's really dope. Over here, it's not like that. I love Twitch for that, and it just changed it changed everything. So,
and I love the way you talked about finding your way to house music and how it was a different vibe, because that's what we see in house music is that it is a spiritual thing. It is a positive vibe. It is a community vibe. People are generally want you or genuinely want you to succeed. When you say so, DJ Dewey B?
I would say that.
Now, outside of the business, I'm not on the business side. I'm just people in the culture.
House music and hip hop music are the same on the business side. It's all scandalous. So you gotta protect your soul, protect your heart, and do your thing. And like you said, people will go pick up. People who are real will go pick up your music. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we see you out there on Facebook. I see you on Twitch, and I know you're out there on YouTube. Can't necessarily see you, but thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to this just amazing streamer tell her story about how she made her way, found her way to streaming house music. Now, she does a lot of other things, to the point that you mentioned. You said you're a variety streamer, and I love that because I've seen you on there, and you're also a big giver. You share your gifts, you share your knowledge, you're not holding it back. And I think, that is another part of house culture. The people that really give in the culture, they grow the community. And, I can stop by your stream and there's people that have been, on our stream, DJ Dewey B, or hanging out with us, and they'll be over there. They'll be like, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. What's happening? And it's just, we never met these people. we never met, but they're cooler than some of the people I see in person,
Yes.
Why do you think that is, Nova?
I think it's a combination of two things: Twitch and house. House is it went underground when hip hop went big. When hip hop blew up, it's like kind of like when there was that little moment there where house and hip hop were like married, and it was like hip house and even even if it wasn't hip house, just people in hip hop looked at house like just the way they should look at it. And then somewhere in there, I guess when the gangsterism came or whatever point it turned, and the industry decided, we're gonna. I don't know. I think house is a little too positive for the industry, and I think they wanted something that could be a little more evil and a better tool against Black people, if I'm being honest. And hip hop is easier to do that with. Because of the nature of it. And again, I'm speaking from the inside. I love hip hop. I am hip hop. So this is not me like with a bashing hammer on hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is it just is what it is. The industry, the music industry has always been used against our people as a way to take what we've done and kind of turn it against us in a certain way. And taking hip hop and turning it and giving record labels deciding to only give deals to people that would talk about killing one another or whatever. We can't leave record labels out. It's not like, well, we need to stop making music about killing each other. We do. But record labels also decide. There's a lot of us who don't make music about that, but that's not who they're going to sign. They want us to do what we're doing. And so that being the case, we do it, and it destroyed the movement of what we were building in the 90s. It went from all the, I don't know, Public Enemy and stuff to, niggas with attitudes, and somewhere in there, house went underground and just kept being underground and kept being what it was. And I think that has worked out in the long run. Like now,
I was gonna ask you, why do you think the genre has moved? And you're kind of describing that. I mean, I love the message that you're sending, that hey, this is not about bashing hip hop.
Not at all.
This is about what happened to hip hop.
That's right. That's right. And the role we all play. It's not just the labels. It's not just the artists. It's not just the audience. It's everybody. It's a machine that makes things what it wouldn't live and thrive as such a negative force like it has if we didn't keep empowering it or whatever. So but while everybody was focused on hip hop, all the people who were doing house, which is also a music that was started by gays and blacks and browns, and so there's that part. I think house has also thrived the way it has because it's a music about freedom and expression to the max. Like, whereas hip hop was always like this judgmental kind of, it turned into a very judgmental kind of art form where it's just like, nigga, I hate you music. There's no other way to put it. Like, I'm better than you because I have this, this, and this. You don't have this, this, and this. Your girl is in my lap. Your wife is in my lap. I'm on my way to your wife's house. All of the stuff that people rap about in hip hop and literally celebrate. Even the so-called positive MCs have flirted with those type of lyrics. And even me, I'm definitely a positive MC, but I talk my stuff because that's the form that hip hop came in. Because of where it came from. I mean, burning buildings and rubble is where it came from. The government abandoned the Bronx because they didn't want the black people moving in the neighborhood. So the whites moved out. The government literally decided to choke the Bronx off with benign neglect and planned shrinkage and all of the literal government policies that they put in place during that time in the Bronx. And they decided to stop picking up the trash, stop putting out fires and some more stuff. And they had those people just living in there like that. And the gangs started to rise up at some in some form to just take care of the neighborhood. And then gangs being gangs, they were violent with each other and stuff like that. There was the gang truce, and out of that gang truce, that the Ghetto Brothers are the ones who are responsible for that. The Ghetto Brothers and Black Spades and different folks coming together, doing a gang truce. Once the gang truce happened, then hip hop music and stuff started to come out of that concept. But that hip hop came from literal, like, like these white gangs, the police, and the New York government is like turned against us, and we don't have nothing. So we're just gonna make something. We're just gonna make something out of nothing, and y'all can't take our spirit kind of type of thing. So graffiti and all that stuff came out of it, but it started because of literally like civil rights stuff, and the spirit of the Black Panthers and all of that is what fueled Ghetto Brothers and Black Spades and those so-called gangs at the time to do some of that stuff that they were doing. And so it's really, really deep. All that being said, hip hop is I love it. It's an alchemy. It's like, let me take some that should have killed those people, and it just turned into what it is today. So much to the place where it's so far removed from what it was that now I think its usefulness has kind of started to run out. And I think people are on house now because people want to fall in love again. Are kind of tired of hating each other so much, because that's what hip hop, a lot of hip hop music has become. All of the musical movements of Black people, for the most part, before hip hop, even hip hop at first, were more about love. So I just think getting back to that is what people just, it's been COVID-19 and, George Floyd and just everything. People just want to dance and
people want to dance.
Love again. It's a new time though. We in the times now. These are the days and times. So
now for everybody listening, I hope you tuned in, because this is a master class about music, about politics, and how they come together, and hip hop and house. DJ Dewey, to Nova's point, how did we protect house from getting polluted and going into the bowels of negativity and violence? I mean, we were right there amongst it. How did we protect that music like that?
Well, you're not gonna change a lot of people's experience, and a lot of people sing about their experience, rap about their experience. You're not gonna change that. So you can't determine what a person's feeling. You know, you got to let them feel what they feel and try to feel what they feel with them. So there's no protecting it. You just got to jack, man. Just go for the gold and listen to your music, feel your music, play your music like it's all natural to you, you know, no matter what it is. I mean, even if it's some stuff that's on the more Caucasian level, you let it live in love, man. Live in love. That's the bottom line. And you know, another thing about hip hop and house, when I started, and I'm dating myself right here, Houdini had a song called Magic Wand. We played the heck out of that song, man. And I'm talking about every party Magic Wand was played.
Mhm.
Houdini. And of course, Soul Sonic Force and Planet Rock. These are songs we played together with
The
natural
house.
R&B house music.
Mm-hmm.
And it
That's
was a
it.
complete togetherness about all of
Mm-hmm.
that, you know. So that's
So
my little
no,
2 cents.
so Nova, now you have, as part of your streams, right? Multiple streams, a variety of different things that you tackle in your streaming platform. When you're playing house music, you attract the grown folks. Talk a little bit about that without talking too much about
I understand. I
that.
understand. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've always been kind of the way I am. I don't know. For one, I just say whatever I think, which is right in line with my zodiac, which is Aquarius. We're known for being tactless anyway. We, kind of just say whatever, and sometimes it may come off a little rude or whatever, but it's real, like And I'm just one of those people. I just like to keep it funky, and I sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Um, some cold. I got a little cold or something. But on some grown folk, on some. Well, I'm 44. I just turned 44. In that, like, when I grew up, like Beavis and Butthead was out, Ren and Stimpy. Uh, I mean, of course, I remember Tom and Jerry and all that too. I mean, because I was born in '79, so it's not like I don't remember even before that. But when I'm in like my teenage years, all of that kind of stuff is coming out. This is my point. People who are around my age are childish too. There's like a part of us that's still kind of real silly, and the kind of humor we have is a certain way. And I know that humor really well. I also went to art school. When in art school, there was a lot of people that weren't black, and there was also a lot of people who weren't normal. So I don't know. I'm an art kid, like, and I attract that kind of person. Uh, and that kind of person is just free. I don't know. It's how, and then again, it's house music. So again, it's a very free form. It's a free art form, and I don't know. I just want to have a good time, and I know from streaming and being a voice actor, I know what the voice does to people. I know how you can use your voice. When you use your voice a certain way, people will be like, "Oh, I like that," or whatever this is. In a way, streaming is like a radio station. It kind of makes me think about the Warriors, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, boppers," I
Yes.
I like the idea of
Yes.
that. So like, but you got to have a way to deal with people once you start kind of stimulating people, especially if you're playing like sexy house music. I've always loved sexy like R&B music, so this has always been my thing. Like anyway, before house music, I used to always make mixtapes. I always been a selector. I just never was an official DJ until just like a few years ago. But I always was that make your own mixtape. Play the music at the party type of person. Like I'm the one that wants to like play the music because I'm gonna play something good. I'm gonna play. I don't know. I love music, and I like to
Yeah.
speak with it, use it as a way to speak to people and get people loose and everything like that. And so, when I would play my R&B sets and stuff, that's what happened. I started with the house music. Uh, my stream was already a little bit for kind of grown-ups anyway, just with the language I use and everything anyway.
Right.
But then I started being in a few DJ raids and where I was like asked to play R&B, or I just that's what it was. Music Asylum Mondays. Zeb started putting me in those, and those we can just play whatever we want. So I was like, okay, I play house normally, but let me play some R&B in these. And I was like, I want a way to transition between the songs that's gonna be cool, like, and innovative. So like the moan popped in my head or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put like a little moan in between the songs sometimes, or as one of my ways to transition between the music. I didn't want to just echo out or try to beat match like R&B songs. I don't know. I thought that was corny. I don't know what I thought. So I was like, but me being me, I'm gonna brand everything. So I was like, I should call her Mona. So it became Mona, and then I found another Moan, where the lady being like that, and then so Zeb was like, you should call her Lisa. So that became Mona and Lisa, and it just the community kind of builds it too. So that's kind of how it got like what, and it just one thing led to another. But what I noticed was the Moan makes people their wallet get loose. When that Moan make that wallet get loose, I've been told it, and I noticed it on my own. They're like, yeah, like, and sometimes if a person cheers or they do a thing and they feel like you didn't hit the Moan good enough for them or whatever, they'll literally ask like, where my Moans at or whatever, you know. So I'm just like, I understand. You just got to get the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And well, there was so much in that. Dewey, would you just comment on the craftsmanship and the artistry? And this is a skill set.
It takes a lot of talent to understand Twitch and connecting with a crowd that's on the internet, man. That takes a lot of talent and a lot of time. It takes your time and your talent. If you put that together, you are great. You're doing great work. That's for sure.
Man. Thanks.
And that finding that way to connect with your audience and a way for them to support your channel, right? Yes. When you talk about opening up their purse, we call it activate, right? We activate your purse, right? Open that sucker up. But that's their way of supporting the channel. Because I think, for me, the realization was, hey, you're listening to someone who has curated music for hours.
That's right.
Who has thought about their stream for hours.
That's right.
Who has paid money for this music.
That's
and
right.
And you get to listen to it for free. So open your purse up and give them a little change. Throw them some bits. Give them a subscription. It's nominal. You would not go listen to this DJ live without coming out of your pocket.
You sure wouldn't. I say that too.
Now I understand.
In the club,
Yeah, I understand. Now we're on basically 24-hour access to this music now, and you can't necessarily afford it. So you got to pick and choose. But I'm saying, if you have your DJs that you love to listen to, just like you used to listen to your favorite radio station, support those radio stations because they are supporting that stuff themselves. And so Nova, aka Blak Gurl Gamr, I take my hat off to you. Just what Dewey was saying. Where do you see this all going?
When you say this all,
the streaming, the house music, is it going to stay together? What's the next evolution?
Well, I mean, there's for me, and then there's for everyone else. I guess that's what I mean. Like for everyone, I think it's good. I think just like anything, I know just like anything. I was taught that what I am is an artist. I've been an artist all my life. I've always had a paintbrush or a pencil or writing something or something. Like, I just always. So it didn't really matter what it is to me. It's all really the same to me, just in different clothing. So like for that being said, like I know this, and that is where art and commerce meet, creativity loses. So a lot of times, the more people get into this house music right now, it's just going to run the risk of becoming a little more diluted and everything. Like it kind of was on its way to right at the beginning. Like right at first, it hit really strong and it was actually really commercial, like CC Peniston and everybody. Like, so I'm kind of surprised that they didn't really keep going with that, because it's a great music to sell products and whatever you can think of, like that kind of house, that pop commercial house. It's really an all-purpose kind of music, and it's like they left it there to attack hip hop, but now now all eyes are back on house. So it's just like anything; it's going to have its good and its bad. But right now, it's a good thing. For me in my life, it's an amazing timing for house to kind of be resurfacing like it is in everybody's hearts and spirits, because in my area, it's a really military town, and it's a culturally very suppressed place. So every time I play locally, people are it's like we in church or something. Like it's like we're in church. Like they don't even know what hit them. Not because I'm so amazing, but just because literally, like I've had a few people ask me, what is this? And I'm like, it's house music. But I get that they don't know what it is because, you know, here we don't have like clubs that stay open all night, like a big city or whatever. Like we have our places. This is that's why the festival that's here is called Something in the Water, because this is a special place. The people that make music and the people that come from here are special. So it's not like, I don't even know how it's like that. I guess I don't know if it's the military or we're just on some kind of, I guess like Chicago or whatever, we're on some kind of special energy place in the earth or something, like Egypt or like New York or whatever. Like it's something special going on in certain places, or definitely like the Bronx. This is one of those places. Norfolk, Virginia Beach, the 757. It's special, but it's very it's back in the day. We haven't come forward with everyone else. So now it's just hitting everybody at once. So like when I'm out here playing the music, and then Twitch makes it so it's like training in I'm a nerd, so it's like Dragon Ball for me or whatever, but like, it's like training in like 100 times gravity. Like that's how Goku and them would train. Like they would train in 100 times gravity, so then they would get on a regular planet and their punches, they could fly basically. Their punches and kicks were nothing because they were used to not even being able to lift their hand at one time to being able to do full push-ups in like 100 times gravity. To me, that's what Twitch is like. I'm up here. I've been up here for 2 years. I've streamed 1,300 hours of streaming, most of which was DJing. So that's a lot of DJing that people even in real life don't really get to do a lot of times, because that's a lot of gigs right there. 1,300 hours of gigs is a lot. It's 1,300 hours of gig time if that was to be in real life or whatever. But the difference is you have people telling you exactly how they feel about your mix right there in the chat. So you don't have to read their minds. You don't have to wait for them to dance or anything. Not that I prefer it to IRL. I like them both. IRL makes me appreciate Twitch, and Twitch makes me appreciate IRL. But it's one of those things where being on Twitch and having people like Ezel, Osunlade, Dave D Soul, Bradford, whoever, like people who have names in house to like come through your stream, sometimes even raid you. Shelter Records, I've been on their channel. You know what I'm saying? I've been on Soul Files Music Collage like 7 or 8 times, whatever. Getting rated by people who you look up to. People, Osunlade, like I'm on this man's record label, and I've been playing this man's music for like all these years, like in my house, like my children were raised to the music, like, and now I'm up here because of Twitch, right in his face. Because what Twitch does is equalize you. You might be an amazing DJ and musician, but that doesn't mean you know how to stream. So if you know how to stream up here, you are almost on par with some of the most famous people in the world. I've seen times where plenty of people who aren't famous have way more people in their chat than Osunlade or Ezel or Doug Gomez or whatever. And these people are famous people in house who we're playing their music 24/7. A lot of us are playing their songs in and out. I'm up there with Koflo, been rated by Koflo. He mastered the song I have. You know what I mean? Like these people are so accessible because of Twitch. And then house musicians are way more accessible anyway, way more accessible than traditional celebrities, because they aren't recognizable to the average person. The average person is not going to recognize even Osunlade, as unique as he looks. If you're not into house music, which the average person isn't, they're not going to know that they just walked past Osunlade. So I think that's what keeps house musicians, even at a celebrity level, still kind of humble, because they're still everyday people on the average. For those people who aren't into house music, you don't have to be into hip hop to know who Nicki Minaj is. If you see her, you probably would know that was her, or somebody like that. But in house, you got to know it. You got to know the music, and and a lot of times you still don't know what the person looks like. If Ralph Gum or whoever walked by me, I wouldn't know that was him walking by me, or Toshi, or one of the any one of those people. I would just think. In fact, I'll be like, oh, it's some white dude, because half these people be white. You know what I mean? Like, they be making Afro house, some of my favorite songs, and they be white, and sometimes white Africans sometimes or whatever. But I wouldn't know. I probably would discriminate against them in real life if I saw them. Just being so that's why I love house.
And then going to the club and jack to their music.
So Twitch broke me out of that real big, real big. Like just not making assumptions. I'm from art school, so I kind of knew anyway that people don't fit into the neat like boxes that a lot of times we think they do. Black, white, gay, straight. A lot of these people, like I said, there are some old British white dudes, and they play some of my favorite sets. Like some of these people I found on Twitch, I'm like, oh my God, like, you're amazing. Like, and I give up. I surrender. House make you just surrender. Like, let's just grind, y'all. It's all good.
That's
all
it.
good, you know?
Hey, well, you have been just an amazing treat for us tonight. DJ Dewey B, last thoughts.
We need to know where to find and follow Nova Blak Gurl Gamr so we can all get into this vibe, man. This vibe seems so dope. Let's
Yeah.
find it. Where is it? Where is it?
Let's go.
Well, you know, I'm black, and so I can't spell my name right. Like, so everything about my name is spelled wrong. If you want to find me with Nova Kane Omega, it's spelled like Nova, and then it's like Kane, like Big Daddy Kane. So it's not spelled like the actual stuff you put in your mouth there. So NOVAKANE Omega. That's what I am on everything. So you can find me, including my music and stuff, the house music and hip hop, by searching that. Everything else is Blak Gurl Gamr. All of that is spelled wrong. BLAK. GURL GAMR. So that's how you get in touch with me or whatever. But I'll be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and your Twitch. When are you on Twitch streaming? When are your streams?
My normal streams are, now that we just changed it, but normally it used to be for sure you could catch me every Monday at 10 p.m. But these past Monday I was on at 2 p.m. and I'll be on again this Monday at 2 p.m. But that's Music Asylum Monday. So if I'm not streaming during the day, always at 10 p.m. on Mondays, usually I'm streaming on Music Asylum Monday. I do Hump Day House on Wednesdays because I'm a voice actor and I have that freelance schedule. If I can't, I try to do it in the morning, but if I can't, I do it at night. So it's either 10 in the morning or it's 10 at night, but I always do Hump Day House. And at least twice a month, I teach on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. It's called Each 9 Teach 9 at 1 p.m. when I teach or whatever. And that's where you can catch me. But I'm in Raids Galore. I'm always live. I'll be live twice tomorrow. So I think like 4 and 6 p.m. So you can catch me on my channel then. House music, I think both times, or sexy R&B and house or something like that. I don't even know. I'll have it together tomorrow.
Hey, well, we appreciate you for your commitment to the craft. DJ Dewey B always says, hey, if you're going to do it well, to put your time in. Don't just go out there trying to, throw some records together, wasting people's time. Put your time in, and you have definitely done that. And we appreciate you so much for hanging out with us on House Culture Conversation.
Thank you.
We're going to catch you next time, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace, Dewey.
Peace.